guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Ladies, I know this for sure. Okay, we are all heading into the summer with a newfound appreciation for the simple pleasure of enjoying a drink, like with Cheryl and other friends, right? Right, Cheryl?
Yes, specifically yes. Cheryl. Yes, Cheryl's the friend I want to be drinking with.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks.
And of course, as we make plans to entertain guests this summer, there are never too many options for delicious, convenient drinks. Distiller and mixologist Geoff Longnecker from 7 Caves Spirits is here with some ideas for whipping up a perfect summer beverage. Welcome back to the show, Geoff. Thanks so much for joining us on Main Street.
Hey guys, welcome. I'm so glad to see you again. It's always interesting, we're here in California, we're just getting back open, having people back in the shop and getting ready for summertime. It's all interesting these days.
We are ready.
Cool. I see we're going to get into some exciting stuff today. We're excited about the summer and, of course, the chance to enjoy a beverage with friends, family. What are some of the cocktail trends you think we'll see this summer?
Well, so one of the fascinating things happening in the world of both craft spirits and macro spirits are the rise of canned cocktails. I think a lot of the people who have been drinking like hard seltzers for a while and maybe fruited beers are venturing into the more higher alcohol percentage range of canned cocktails, and certainly companies like Cutwater and other larger players are starting to put more canned cocktails on the market. You're seeing them in all your stores and gas stations. So you're starting to see a lot of us make our own canned cocktails. 7 Caves is about to launch its first one, which is called the Saturn cocktail. I can't wait for it to come out in July. It's a traditional tropical cocktail made with gin, passion fruit, lemon, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, and we're seeing these canned cocktails coming out a lot lately, and I know the convenience is fantastic, but what should we look out for so we know it's a quality drink?
Well, that's a great question. One, generally the smaller distillers they're making the spirits themselves. They're more focused on the quality of it rather than just getting it into 50 different states. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm laboring over individual ingredients. Obviously you should look at sugar content. You should look at calories. You should look at alcohol content. I mean, mine is designed for a stronger alcohol content. It's a 13% as opposed to like a beer, which is around 7 or 6. So all those things. But I mean, if you're buying a canned cocktail that's made locally by somebody in your area, you're going to have something that's a lot better than a mass-produced brand.
Definitely. Does 7 Caves have anything seasonal going on right now? Any seasonal offerings that might provide some inspiration for a summer drink?
Oh yeah. So 7 Caves is known for its seasonal gins, and gin's a really hot part of the industry right now. So I do seasonal gins, almost every time of the year. Right now, I'm about to release my summertime gin, which is a lavender, lemongrass, blood orange, and juniper gin. Very delicious, very refreshing. It's actually been sitting in a wine barrel for the last couple of months. So it's this bright, beautiful pink color. Really makes great gin and tonics, and it makes a really wonderful version of a cocktail we're going to try today.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of that, you're going to make a summertime classic. Let's get to it because I'm going to take some notes so I can make one of these at home.
So this is one of these very simple cocktails. It's called a Southside. It's a kind of a new classic. So we start with some fresh mint. Now, always when you use mint, just give it a nice little whack like that. Don't ever muddle it because it'll turn it more vegetal. You'll see people grind it. Don't do that. It kind of ruins the mint. So add a little bit of mint to your glass. Then we're going to go with 2 ounces of gin. I'm using my 7 Caves London Dry Style. It's a nice crisp London Dry Style gin. Then we're going to add 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. This is about half of a lemon if you don't have one of these pourers. And then about 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. So basically it's gin, mint, lemonade. It's kind of hard to think of something less or more refreshing in the summertime. So we start with that, just a little bit of ice. Now look, we can shake however you want, but we'll just give it a nice quick little shake. We have a prepared glass with some ice cubes already ready to go. Fancy little strainer here. Pour it right over the top. And if you want to, you can top it with a little Prosecco. We could put a nice little mint garnish on top. But that's the Southside, as easy as it gets. Gin,
so mint, good. And do you put lemon or lime on top of that?
Well, look, we can dress it up however you like. A big sprig of mint is great. A nice slice of lime. We can add some club soda and make it a little less alcoholic and a little bit more refreshing. This is also a great cocktail that you can do in like a big batch. If you're going to a party, you can plan it all out ahead of time and instead of doing the 2 parts booze, 1 part sour, and 3/4 part simple, you can do that as cups. You can do it as bottles if you want. We make a big batch to take to the, if you're not in California, you can drink on the beach, then just about anywhere.
That sounds like a great party right there. But I want to go back to the mint, because in mojitos, don't you normally muddle and smush the mint around? But you're saying it ruins it. You got to tell us why.
So you should try this at home. Just grab some mint and try the little smack that I just did, or try grinding it together and smell the difference. It's pretty wild. What you generally see in mojitos when they're grinding something or muddling something is the fruit that they're muddling, and then they'll stir in the mint. If you see people grinding mint like that, just try it yourself at home and you'll see what I'm talking about. It doesn't make it terrible. It just makes it kind of like vegetal is the best way to describe it.
Good to know.
Well, before we go, let's make sure we can find more information about Seven Caves. So where can people find more information about you, Geoff?
So I'll come visit my website. We did a bunch of cocktail classes during COVID, so there's a ton of different recipes on my website. And of course, Instagram for the most latest. I have a mailing list you can sign up for and learn about my latest releases and offerings, when the canned cocktail's coming out, and all kinds of great drinks for summertime. So
that is so great to hear. And before we go to, I was curious, is the normal amount of alcohol for a drink, is it normally 2 ounces like you put in there?
Well, look, I guess it just kind of depends upon how your week has been. But let's just say, it's been a busy week here at Seven Caves. We're in the morning right now, but I'd say 1.5 to 2 ounces of alcohol is pretty standard. It's a pretty standard amount.
Yeah. And Geoff, I have to say, I did buy your guys' maple syrup when we had you on last, and it was incredible. And I can't wait until the holiday time to buy it again. So can't say enough good things about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is a real labor of love at my shop. I love, we're going to release a special edition maple syrup this year too, with a coffee cinnamon backing to it, which is really fun.
Ooh, and you're in, is it San Diego?
That's it. I'm in San Diego, just outside near the Marine base here, Miramar.
All right, so we're doing a road trip to San Diego because we're going to have some of those drinks. One of these days, Danielle, we are getting out there. We're going to make it happen. Thanks so much again for joining us today. We've got a lot more coming up on Main Street Living. In fact, those drinks, you want some fruit in them, right? Well, you can learn how to grow your own citrus fruit next. Don't miss it.